Hello there guys, welcome back to another epic maths video. In this one we've got a quadratic to the power of a quadratic. X squared minus 7x plus 11 to the power of x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 1. And the question is to find all solutions to this equation in R. That just means the real numbers. We don't want any weird complex numbers, just the real ones please. And it's equal to 1. What are we going to do? Well, it's quite nice that it's equal to 1 because there's only really a few ways where you can have something to the power of something equals the number 1. So let's just systematically go through and think about how can you actually make something to the power of something be the number 1, and maybe that's going to tell us a bit about our answers. So the first way that you can make something to the power of something equal 1 is let's write this down. If I have a to the power of b equals 1, the first way that I can have this be true is if b is 0, because anything to the power of 0 is 1. So if the power is 0, I'm good. I'm going to get the number 1. So let's do that right now. Let's do x squared, because this is the power, x squared minus 4x plus 4 equals 0. What's that going to be? So this is going to be a bit of revision for quadratics. So this, if we factorize it, it's probably the easiest way. We will get x minus 2 squared equals 0, okay? And that means, what's our answer? Well, it's 2, right? So that means that x is 2. So it looks like 2 will be an answer. Okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, that's when that's the only way of making the power be 0. Okay, how else can we do this? Well, we could have that a is the number 1, okay? So 1 to the power of anything is still the number 1. So we can have this as well. Okay, so let's do that. So the base number, the base quadratic, x squared minus 7x plus 11, let's set this equal to 1. If this is 1, then we're going to have 1 to the power of something. We don't even care what it is. That will give us 1. Okay. So then let's rearrange it. Let's get it into the normal form. We need to take 1 away from both sides. So we're going to have x squared minus 7x, and then taking 1 away, that's going to be plus 10 equals 0. And then we can factorize this. I'm going to kind of blitz through the factorizing. If you factorize this one, you're going to get x minus 5 times x minus 2 equals 0, okay? And then that tells us that x is either 5 or it's 2. Okay, x is either 5 or it's 2. Now, we already knew that x could be 2. That's up there anyway, so that's fine. Looks like we've got 2 twice, doesn't matter. But 5 is a new number. Welcome to the gang. Okay, and it looks like maybe the two answers are 2 and 5. Cool. Actually, guys, there's a little bit more to the story than that, because there is another way for this to happen. There's another way of doing a number to the power of a number equals 1 that I've not listed yet. And that is if the base number a is the number minus 1 and the power number b is even. So I'm saying if we have minus 1 to the power of an even number, like to the power of 6 or something, yes, that will give us the number 1. But if this is to an odd power, like 5, it will not work because it will be minus 1, which it's not minus 1. So we need a to be minus 1, and we need the power to be an even number. Okay, let's look at that. So let's also just look at minus 1. Let's look at the quadratic being minus 1 just to begin with. So that's going to tell us that x squared minus 7x plus 11 equals minus 1. And let's go and solve this. So how are we going to do that? Again, we're just going to get it into the correct form. We need to add 1 to both sides this time. We're going to get x squared minus 7x plus 12 equals 0. And then we can factorize this one as well. It's going to be x minus 4 times x minus 3 equals 0. And that tells us that x is 4 or it's 3. Now, guys, there is a slight caveat to this, 4 and 3. Remember, we also need b, the power, to be an even number. Now, that doesn't mean that x has to be an even number, because we have to plug it into x squared minus 4x plus 4, and that needs to be even. Hopefully you can see that if we plug x equals 4 into the power, it will indeed give us an even number, because it's like an even number squared minus an even times an even number plus an even number. That's going to stay even. but we don't know whether that's going to be true for the number 3, or it's less obvious. So let's do that. Let's plug 3 into that power and see whether it's even or not. So if we do that, we're going to have 3 squared minus 4 times 3 plus 4. And it's not looking good. It's going to be 9 minus 12 plus 4. So 9 plus 4 is 13, minus 12. That's actually the number 1. And 1 is obviously an odd number, so it's no good. So 3 is not a valid answer, because although the base is minus 1, which kind of is good, the power is an odd number. So we've got minus 1 to the power of 1. That's not going to give us 1, it's going to give us minus 1. So 3, we have to cut it out. One more thing we need to be careful of is the first condition, okay? Because it's all well and good saying, okay, well, if the power is 0, then we're good. Because there's an extra issue. If the power is 0, then yes, you will get 1, except if the base number is 0 as well. Because 0 to the power of 0 is not 1. Okay, so we need to make sure that we don't have that. So we looked at this and we said, okay, if b is 0, we get 2. What we need to check as well is it true that the base, when you plug 2 in, so 2 squared minus 7 times 2 plus 11, is that 0? Because if it is, that's not good. So let's check it. So we got 4 minus 14 plus 11. It looks like we're good, right? Because 4 minus 14 is minus 10 plus 11 is 1, and obviously 1 is not 0, so we're very happy about that. That's another quick thing you just need to be careful of, make sure of, because then it would stop 2 from being an answer. So that's very dangerous stuff. So our final answers are 2, 5, and 4. So our answers are x could equal 2, let's do it in order, 2, 4, and 5. Any of those 3 answers is going to lead to a very happy outcome for us. We do get 1. And of course, if you're in an exam or something, if you had this, it's not really a real exam style question, but if you did have this in an exam, you could obviously go through and check. It wouldn't take that long, I don't think. So yeah, but that's how you do it. You got 3 answers to that one, and you just got to be careful, especially with that 3. Make sure that you cut that 3 out. It's not a real answer. If you enjoyed the video, then please do like and subscribe and leave a comment and just tell me, thanks for the video. It really, really, really helps my algorithm. I really highly appreciate that. And yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.